Okay, awesome. Well, welcome everybody. I'm so stoked for this class. Today's class is going to be all on power vinyasa. So we're going to move, we're going to flow, we're going to sweat, and we're really just going to try to get out of our minds and into our bodies for the next 45 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started on our mats. We're going to be in easy seat, so sitting up nice and tall, really grounding down through the sits bones, sitting up nice and tall, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. And maybe the palms are flat, palms facing down on your knees, or maybe they're palms facing up if you would like to receive energy. So palms facing down if you want to feel more grounded, palms facing up to receive more energy. And either softening the gaze here or fluttering the eyes closed. And just bring your awareness inwards to your breath. How your breath feels and where it is in your body. And relax your jaw. Allow your tongue to rest on the roof of your mouth. Relax the space between the eyebrows. And just slowly start to deepen the breath, bringing it deeper into your belly. And as you inhale, feel your belly expand like a balloon. And as you exhale, feel your navel draw back towards your spine. And as your breath draws deeper into your belly, there's very little movement, if any, from the chest. Maybe on your next inhale, you count up to 5. Long, deep breath in. And as you exhale, release it out through your nose for a count of 5. Take another deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, open your mouth side out. Take one more deep breath in. And exhale, release it out. On your next inhale, begin to flutter the eyes open, taking your arms overhead, reaching up towards the sky. And as you exhale, plant the right hand on the right side of your body, reaching up and over, getting a nice lateral side stretch here through the side body. Maybe you take your gaze up towards the ceiling, or maybe you take it down towards your right hand. Try not to create any tension in the neck here. Inhale, come up through center, both arms reaches up. And as you exhale, left arm plants down, reaching up and over with the right arm. Again, taking your variation with your positioning with your head, either facing down or maybe looking up towards the ceiling. And then slowly come up through center. As you exhale, both hands plant down behind you. So you want all your 10 fingertips facing your body here. And as you inhale, lift the chest, drop the head back, opening up, expanding through the heart. Breathing into the space. Take one more deep breath in. Expand a little bit bigger. Deep breath out. Inhale, arms come up. As you exhale, arms release down. And then taking a clasp behind your body here, reaching your gaze all the way up towards the sky, opening up those shoulders, opening up the chest. Maybe you stay right here. You want a little bit deeper stretch here. Maybe you start to bring your gaze down towards the ceiling, bringing your arms behind your back. Nice and slow. Inhale, slowly takes you back up. As you exhale, release the arms. We're going to slowly roll on top of our knees here, coming into tabletop position. So making sure, again, shoulders are stacked on top of the wrists, hips over knees. Taking a few movements of cat and cow here. So as you inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone up towards the sky, lift the gaze. Exhale, rounding the spine, tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, coming to your cow pose. Exhale, coming to cat. Really planting the tops of the feet down towards the earth, grounding down through the hands, moving through your cat and cow, your face, your breath. Take 3 more breaths here. Again, inviting any organic movements, anything that might feel good to your body. And then on the last breath, go ahead, meet a neutral spine. From here, trying to warm up the core, we're gonna start to tuck the back toes. We're gonna come into bear position. So hovering the knees just 2 inches off of your mat. We're gonna do the same thing, cat and cow, with our knees hovering on top of the mat. So as you inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. As you exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone under. Continuing to move with your breath at your pace. You should be feeling this in the legs and the core and the arms. Really firing every muscle here. We'll take 2 more breaths right here. So you inhale, and as you exhale. Coming to neutral spine in your bear. From here, go ahead and send the tailbone up, the hips come up, meeting in downward facing dog, really rooting down through the palms of the hands. Go ahead and start to pedal out the feet. Maybe rocking the hips from side to side. Wherever might feel good to you right here. Just releasing the head. Rounding the palms down. Pressing firmly. Take 2 more breaths right here. And then we'll meet in stillness, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, go ahead and take both toes, walk the toes in so the big toes come to touch. As you inhale, take your right foot up towards the sky. And as you exhale, bring it in towards your chest, in towards your core. Flex the foot, plant it down in between the hands. As you inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze. As you exhale, straighten out that front leg, and then you're gonna fold forward. Okay, nice little hamstring stretch here. Inhale, bend deep to the right leg, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, straighten out that front leg, folding forward. One more time, inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, come into that low lunge, lifting the chest, lifting the gaze. And then from here, engaging the core, slowly start to take your hands off the ground, bring them up towards the sky, coming to a high crescent lunge. All right, working our legs a little bit more. From here, we're gonna start to deepen that back knee. So start to take a big, deep bend in that back knee. So that back knee should be hovering over the mat. And we're gonna hold it here for 5, 4, good, 3, 2, 1, and begin to straighten that back leg. And now with that front knee, go ahead and come onto the tippy toes. Again, hands can come up towards the sky, or maybe they come down towards the hips. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, release the heel back down. Drop that back knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Straighten out that leg. Come onto the tippy toes of the front toes for 5. Just start burning. 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Go ahead, arms reach up towards the sky. As you exhale, hands plant down to frame the foot. Step it back, coming into downward facing dog. Inhale, come high on the balls of the toes, moving to high plank. As you exhale, moving through your chaturanga, so bending through the elbows. Untuck the back toes, sending your heart forward for baby cobra, upward facing dog. And as you exhale, tuck the back toes, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, lift the left foot high to the sky. Bring it in towards your chest, engage the core, flex the foot, stamp it down in between the hands. As you inhale, come back down to low lunge. And then as you exhale, go ahead and straighten out that foot, or straighten out that leg and fold forward. Inhale, low lunge, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, fold forward as you straighten out that left leg. Inhale, bending deep. Chest lifts. Exhale, fold forward. And then inhale, bend deep through that left knee. And then again, engaging the core, start to take the weight off of the hands. So we start to lift the hands high, crescent lunge. From here, moving back toward working your legs, take a big, deep bend in that back knee and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin to straighten that back leg. Now come onto the tippy toes or the front toes. Again, hands can come down to the hips for 5, 4, 3, nice, 2, 1. Bring the heel down, drop the back knee for 5, 4. I'm sweating. 3, 2, 1. Straighten out that back knee. Come onto the tippy toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the back heel, arms reach up. As you exhale, hands plant down to frame the foot. Step it back, downward facing dog. And either stay right here or move through your flow as you come to plank. And then moving to chaturanga. We'll all meet back down. In downward facing dog, take 3 breaths right here. In through your nose, out through your mouth. On your next inhale, take your gaze to the top of your mat. And then walk your feet up towards your hands. Halfway lift to a flat back. As you exhale, fold down. As you inhale, take a big deep bend in the knees, round the spine, slowly coming up. Mountain pose as you reach the arms overhead. And then as you exhale, take your hands down towards your side, Samasthiti. Go ahead and take a moment here to flutter the eyes closed. Just feeling very grounded in the feet. Inhale, bring your shoulders up to your ears. As you exhale, roll them back down. Inhale, take the shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll them back down. One more time, inhaling up. Exhale, roll them back down. Fluttering your eyes open, go ahead and walk big toes to touch. Sink the hips down low, bend deep through the knees. Arms come overhead. Taking those shoulders away from the ears. Now take both hands to your heart center in prayer. And as you exhale, you're going to twist over to the right side, but make sure to not hook your elbow on the outside of the right knee. So we're going to really start to engage the obliques here. Again, we are not hooking the elbow to the knee. Really engage the obliques. Come back through center. As you exhale, twist over to the left side. Still sinking a little bit lower in the hips. Back through center, twisting to the right. And back through center, twisting to the left. Sink a little bit deeper in those hips. As low as you can go. Inhale, back through center. As you exhale, folding forward. Go ahead and toe heel the feet apart. Take a big deep bend in the knees. And just take a moment here to maybe rock from side to side. Maybe come to ragdoll as you grab opposite elbows. Let your head hang heavy. Coming back to your breath. And And exhale, release if you have the bind here. As you inhale, come to your flat back. As you exhale, fold it down. As you inhale, big deep bend in the knees, round the spine, slowly coming all the way up. Mountain pose, arms come overhead. As you exhale, arms come right back down to your sides. Again, go ahead and toe heel the feet back together so big toes come to touch. As you exhale, sink those hips down low. Bend deep into the knees. And now take your hands to heart center. This time as we twist to the right, go ahead and take that left elbow and hook it on the outside of the right knee. Taking your twist. Make sure to take a second here to look at both knees. Make sure they're in line. Keep sinking down low in those hips. Option here to maybe take airplane hands as the arms open wide. If side crow was in your practice, you're more than welcome to work on side crow. Take your variation. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. And then wherever you're at, go ahead and slowly start to make your way back through center. And as you exhale, twisting over to the right side, hooking that right elbow outside of the left knee. Twisting here again, sinking down low. I know those legs are burning. Taking the gaze up past the left shoulder, taking your variation. So maybe you take the hands out wide. Maybe you take side crow. Your legs should be shaking. I know mine are. We'll take 2 more breaths. And then whenever you're ready, slowly make your way back through center. And as you exhale, fold forward and shake out your legs. Bend one knee, straighten out the other. Let your head hang loose. Rock the hips from side to side. And then plant the palms down, step it back. Downward facing dog. Option here to take your vinyasa, however that might look like for you. And we'll all meet back in your resting pose, whether that's downward facing dog or child's pose. 3 breaths. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, side out. On your next inhale, come up through tabletop. Tuck the back toes, send the hips up high, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, take your right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, step it through, rise up, warrior 1. So make sure that back foot is pivoted to a 45-degree angle. Make sure both hips are square to the top of the room. And make sure that knee is stacked on top of that ankle. Holding here. All right, from here, we're gonna move to what's called skater. So we're gonna begin to straighten out that front knee, and then we're gonna bend deep into that back leg. And you're also gonna turn your foot so it's parallel to the short edge of your mat, as if you're doing a warrior 2. So bending deep, so it kind of looks like Spandasana, right? But this isn't Spandasana because our hips aren't all the way down towards the earth. So your right foot is pointed towards the top of the mat, left foot is parallel to the short edge of your mat. And you're gonna slowly start to sink your core so it's hovering over the mat. Arms come out wide. It's just like you're on a surfboard here, really squeezing the shoulder blades together. One long line reaching through the fingertips. Really engaging the core here. So bring that belly in towards the spine. Holding here. Engage that core. Fire it up. Engage those legs. Take one more deep breath in. Deep breath out. From here, slowly begin to engage the core as you come up. And then you're gonna go ahead and shift that back leg so it's pointed to the back of your mat. And then you're gonna come into, you're gonna pivot the back heel. So now you're in high crescent lunge facing the back of your mat. Arms reach up overhead. Take your hands to heart center in prayer. From here, shift all of your weight onto that front leg. Take the weight off of the back, coming into warrior three, flexing the back toes. Toes are pointed down towards the mat. Belly is up towards the spine. Holding here. All right, a couple more leg exercises here, guys. From here, we're gonna start bending deep in through both knees, coming to a little curtsy squat, and then back to warrior three. Come into that curtsy squat, and back towards warrior three. Come to the curtsy squat, and back towards warrior three. From here, bringing that back leg up towards half Tadasana here as the knee is bent. Reach the arms overhead. Begin to straighten out that front leg. Really engage the core, flex the foot. Send it back towards warrior three. Engage the core, arms reach up overhead. And then slowly start to make your way to half splits as the hands reach down right in front of you. You can take a little slight bend in the left knee, flexing the back toes. You have a couple of different options here. So maybe the hands are right out in front of you. Maybe you take, for a little more challenging, maybe you take a little more challenging step. Maybe you take both hands to the ankle. Or maybe if you want to play with handstand, this is a good time. You can plant both hands down, and then you can slowly start to take baby hops with that left leg, right? Little baby hops. The knee comes into your chest, and maybe you start to bring a little lift up into your body. We'll take one more breath wherever you are. And then as you exhale, take that right leg down towards the earth and fold it forward. Inhale, come to halfway lift. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, step it back, downward facing dog, moving through your flow. On your next inhale, take your left foot up towards the sky. Step it in between your hands. Rise up, warrior one. Bending deep to the front knee. Again, that back foot is at a 45-degree angle. From here, begin to bend that front knee. Shift those toes so now the back foot is parallel to the short edge of your mat. And then bend deep into that back knee. And then you're gonna turn your foot, actually never mind. You're gonna take your hands out wide, out long, and then slowly begin to take the body so it's right hovering on top of the ground here, engaging the core, nice flat back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, gazes down towards the earth, legs should be hurting. Take 2 more breaths. And slowly begin to straighten out that front leg. Pivot it so now the toes are facing the top of the mat and the back heel flips over. So now you're in high crescent lunge to the top of your mat. From here, take your hands to heart center. Begin to shift all of that weight onto that front knee. Move towards warrior three. Nice flat back. Toes are pointed down towards the earth. Belly is up and in towards the spine. Moving to our curtsy squats. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and bend both knees. Working the glutes, working the legs, back to warrior three. Come into that curtsy squat. You might wobble, you might fall. It's all part of the practice. One more. And back towards warrior three. Go ahead and bring that knee up in towards your chest. Arms reach up. Bring it back, reach the arms up, and then go ahead and straighten out that front leg, flexing the toes, engage the core. Maybe you can lift up the leg a little bit higher, and then shift it back, warrior three, and slowly make your way to half splits. Again, flexing the foot, the toes should be pointed down towards the earth. We have a tendency here to want to open up our hips, so make sure those hips are nice and square to your mat. And then take your variation, whether you keep your hands right here on the mat, maybe you take them to your ankle for challenge your balance a little bit, or maybe you want to work on handstands. Just take 3 breaths here, take your variation. And then whenever you're ready, slowly begin to make that left leg down, make that the way back down, that left leg down towards the earth, then both knees. And come into ragdoll, grabbing opposite elbows, shift from side to side. Releasing the elbows here, plant the hands down, step it back. Downward facing dog, moving through your vinyasa flow here. And we'll all eventually meet back in child's pose. Toes come together, knees come out wide. Sink the hips back onto the heels, forehead down towards the earth. Take 3 deep breaths in and 3 deep breaths out. On your next inhale, slowly start to make your way up through tabletop, bringing the knees back under the hips. Tuck the back toes, send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. From here, we're gonna come and bring big toes to touch. We're gonna take the knees, we're gonna take a big deep bend in the knees. Knees come out wide, coming into a frog-like position, really grounding down through the hands. And from here, you can practice as you inhale, coming up onto your tippy toes as the shoulders come stacked on top of the wrists, and then coming back to that frog-like pose. You can make this, you can continue this movement, or if you want to practice handstands, which you guys know I love to do, you're going to ground down through the hands. As you come up onto the tippy toes, you're going to start to take little donkey kicks and come back to that little frog-like pose. So as you inhale, take your heels up to your glutes and then back down. Trying to be really light on the toes, making sure you're really spreading the fingertips out wide, gripping the mat so you have more stability and balance. We'll do that for 1 more breath. And then we're all going to see if we can take a little baby hop to the top of our mat. Heels come out, we're gonna end up in Malasana, so the feet end up outside of the hands. You're gonna sink the hips down, heels are in, toes are facing out. Sitting up nice and tall here, taking the shoulders away from the ears, coming to heart center, taking the, using the elbows to kind of bring out the knees a little bit. If this is too much on your hips, you're more than welcome to grab a block or a book and place it under the sits bones. And from here, go ahead and plant the left hand down. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Take a little twist. Come back through center. Take the right hand down. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. And come back through center. Go ahead and bring your glutes down towards the earth, coming into a straddle. So making sure both knees are pointed up towards the ceiling, toes are facing up or flexing, reaching the arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, coming forward. So slowly begin to bring your chest closer down towards the earth. Again, not trying to collapse in, nice flat back. Knees are pointed towards the earth. Arms come overhead. Trying to get a nice little stretch through the inner thighs. Engaging the core right here. Inhale, come back up. As you exhale, go ahead and bring the sole of the right foot onto the left inner thigh. Inhale, come up through center, arms reach up. As you exhale, turn your torso over to your left leg and slowly begin to make your way down, reaching towards the left toes. Again, not collapsing in, rounding the spine. You want to create a nice flat back here. Inhale, come up through center. And as you exhale, take that right hand down, right next to your right knee. And then you're going to slowly shift your weight onto your right knee. And you're going to lift your hips up. Arm comes overhead. Take a nice little back bend here. And exhale, bring the hips back down towards the earth. Extend the right leg long. The sole of the left foot comes onto the inner thigh of the right thigh. Reaching up through center. As you exhale, go ahead and turn your torso over to your right leg and folding forward. Inhale, come up through center. As you exhale, left hand plants down right next to your left knee. Rolling onto your left knee as the hips come up towards the sky. Taking that hand behind you. Taking a little nice back bend here. Maybe taking your gaze up towards the sky. And then exhale, slowly bring your hips back down towards the earth. And now coming into butterfly, so go ahead and bring the soles of both feet to touch. Sitting up nice and tall here onto your sits bones. Inhale your arms up. As you exhale, slowly begin to fold forward. And again, if this is too much on your hips, maybe placing blocks right under the knees. Again, not collapsing in, that's not the goal. The goal is to have a nice straight spine here, trying to get a nice stretch through the hips. And taking your gaze down towards the earth. Just noticing any thoughts, any sensations coming up in this pose. And just letting them pass. Inhale, slowly start to walk your hands up towards your body. Take both hands on the outsides of the knees, bringing the knees together, planting the feet down. And then taking the hands right out in front of you, slowly begin to bring your body all the way down towards the earth. We're gonna move into an inversion practice, so go ahead and walk your heels in just a little bit so they just graze your fingertips. And from here, as you inhale, you're gonna plant the feet down, root them down, and the knees are right in line with the hips here. And as you inhale, slowly begin to bring the hips all the way up towards the sky here, puffing up the chest, planting the hands down. Really engaging through your thighs, through the core, through the glutes. Squeeze the glutes here. And as you exhale, slowly release the glutes back down towards the earth. Inhale, root down through the feet, slowly bring the glutes up. Maybe this time you walk the shoulders under your back and maybe clasp the hands under your back to get a little higher lift. Again, pressing down through the feet, lifting up. Another deep breath in, maybe lifting up a little bit higher. And then as you exhale, releasing the bind here, tuck the chin in towards the chest and slowly release it back down. And for our last inversion, you have the option to come back into bridge, which is exactly the pose that we were doing, or you have the option to come into wheel. So if you want to come into wheel, you're going to stay grounded through the toes, and you're going to flip your palms. So now the fingertips are facing your body. And as you inhale, slowly grounding down to the palms of the hands and the feet, slowly begin to tuck the chin in towards the chest and slowly bring the hips all the way up towards the sky. Then notice the thoughts, the sensations happening here. Releasing them with every breath, letting them pass. Take 3 more breaths. Find your biggest pose. Find a little bit more space, a little bit more length. And then whenever you're ready, tuck the chin in towards the chest. Slowly begin to release it back down towards the earth. Take a moment in your neutral spine. And then you can begin to hug the knees in towards the chest. Give your back a little massage here. Maybe rock from side to side or rock the length of your mat. And then from here, go ahead, extend the left leg long, flexing your foot. And you're going to take your right hand on the outside of the right foot. And you're going to open up to a half happy baby. So option to stay right here. Maybe this pose is stagnant for you, or maybe you want to create a more dynamic pose. So maybe you're bending and straightening out that leg, maybe creating some movement. Again, do anything that your body needs right now. Taking some time to let it listen. Just listen to what your body has to tell you. And then if you aren't already in stillness, come back to stillness and bring the knee back in towards your chest. And then extend it out, bringing the left knee in towards your chest this time. Grabbing the outer edge of the left foot with your left hand, opening up the hip. Again, taking your variation here. So maybe rocking side to side, or bending, straightening the leg. And then coming back to stillness, bringing the left knee in towards your chest. And then you can go ahead and bring the right knee to join. Rocking from side to side with the length of your mat. And as you inhale, go ahead and bring your forehead up to your knees. Take a nice big squeeze right here on the smallest little ball that you can create. And as you exhale, releasing it all the way down onto your mat as you extend the legs. Bring your arms by your sides, palms facing up. Coming into your final resting pose, Shavasana. Allowing your entire body to melt down onto the floor. And just allowing yourself to breathe normally here. Letting every thought come and go. Allowing yourself to be fully present in this moment, these last final minutes that we have together. To just fully be in this pose. Nowhere to be and nothing to do but lie down on your mats. and having to breathe in and out. As you breathe in, allow any love to come into your body, come into your mind. As you breathe out, let any stagnant energy, any negative energy that's no longer serving you, allow it to release. Let it go. And filling up your body with all the love on your inhale. And releasing any negativity on your exhale. Take a deep breath in through your nose. As you exhale, sigh it out. Beginning to take deeper breaths in and deeper breaths out. Just bringing awareness back inside. Taking any small movements here to wake up the body. And on your next inhale, go ahead, take your hands overhead, take a nice little full body stretch. And as you exhale, making your way over to your favorite side, using the bicep as a little pillow for under your head, taking a moment right here in fetal position. And then using the palm of your hand, slowly pressing yourself up to an easy seat. The way we started class, sitting up nice and tall, keeping the eyes closed. Reaching the arms overhead as you inhale. As you exhale, release them back down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, releasing them down. Inhale, arms come up. And as you exhale, take your hands to heart center, thumb knuckles pressed against the sternum, bowing your chin down to your chest. Taking a moment here, bringing a smile to your face. Inhaling all the love, all the positivity, all the good energy. Exhaling any stagnant energy, any negative energy, something that's no longer serving you. Releasing it out. Take a moment here to thank yourself for showing up for you today for 45 minutes, for allowing yourself to move. Try to getting out of your mind and into your body. Taking the thumb knuckles up to your third eye center, a little space between the eyebrows. Again, the light, the love in me honors the light, the love in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for practicing with me, for taking this time for you, and for showing up for yourself. Namaste.